Hi, we are going to see the fourth table interpretation. So this is the table on coefficient of correlation between knowledge and utilization of a national scheme. These are the variables mean, standard deviation and correlation coefficient is given with the significance level. So let us see the interpretation of this table. This table presents the correlation coefficient between the knowledge and utilization of a national scheme along with the respective mean and standard deviations. Moving on, the variables. This column indicates the variables being analyzed, which are knowledge and utilization. The second column is of mean. This column displays the mean value of each variable within the sample. For instance, the mean knowledge score is 12.93, which indicates the average level of knowledge among the participants is 12.93, and the mean utilization score is 0.45, which indicates the average level of utilization of the national scheme among the participants is 0.45. Then moving to the third column, standard deviation. This column represents the standard deviation of each variable within the sample. The standard deviation measures the dispersion or spread of the data points around the mean. A higher standard deviation indicates greater variability within the data. For example, the standard deviation for knowledge is 3.22, implying a moderate amount of variability in knowledge scores among the participants. You can see in the standard deviation of utilization, it is much less. Moving to the third one, that is the correlation coefficient or R. This column presents the correlation coefficient between knowledge and utilization. The correlation coefficient measures the strength and direction of linear relationship between the two variables, knowledge and utilization. In this case, the correlation coefficient between these two is 0.602. Significance level. So that here it is 0.05. The asterisk that indicates that the correlation coefficient is statistically significant at the 0.05 level. The R value, you can see that it is statistically significant. This means that there is less than a 5% probability that the observed correlation coefficient has occurred by chance. Next, how to interpret this table as a whole is the correlation coefficient of 0.602 suggests a moderately strong positive correlation between knowledge and utilization of the national scheme. This indicates that as knowledge about the national scheme increases, so does the level of utilization among the participants. Since the correlation coefficient is statistically significant at 0.05 level, we can conclude that this relationship is unlikely to have occurred by random chance alone. In practical terms, this suggests that efforts to increase the knowledge about the national scheme among the target population may lead to a greater utilization of the scheme. Conversely, low levels of knowledge may hinder effective utilization. That is what the correlation coefficient indicates. This information can be valuable for policymakers and stakeholders involved in promoting and implementing the national scheme, as it is highlighting the importance of education and awareness campaigns to enhance utilization rates. Hope you understood the table interpretation. Thank you.